What's up, dudes? Welcome back. In the background, Steve-O's here, prepping some metal stuff. We're gonna try to do some powder coating today. We're gonna bring you guys along for the journey. Now, if you've been following, you know that we've already tried this once. We've got it kind of down. What we're gonna do today is we're gonna try some various parts. I took the wipers off the RX7. Now I got some intercooler piping. I also took a piece of intercooler piping off the RX7 as well. And it's got a cool little HKS stamp in it, whatever, bevel, embossed, something, whatever you want to call that, the way the design is, but it's got HKS in it. So we have the special tape that's supposed to work with powder coating. We're going to try that, see if I can keep the HKS, the aluminum metal color, while making the rest of it jet black, because that's the only kind of color we have right now. Also, I've prepped this, and Steve brought himself some parts too. So Steve brought these are the parts off the suspension that he's doing on his pickup truck, making it all brand new, ready to rock and roll. So he's gonna try to do these because these are just like factory part replacement, just painted style. It's never very strong. There's already a couple chips in it already, you can see. So if we have the time, we're gonna take the paint off those two, check them out, see if we can powder coat those as well. So join along the journey and we'll see how this is done. Step number one, we got to make sure these parts are good and clean. Steve's there finishing off one of my wiper blades from the RX7, or the wiper arms rather. And earlier, I did a couple, like I did that HKS piece I showed you from the intercooler off the RX7, this piece as well. So you got to make sure that all the old paint and all the old garbage and anything that's not the actual metal of the product, it's always got to be metal. It's got to withstand heat of at least 450 degrees. Celsius or Fahrenheit. You'll have to ask Steve, he's the pro. So the piece came off of here on the RX7, and it looks like a kid's coloring book in there, all these crazy colors. I'll have to do something about that, but it should turn out kind of cool. So when Steve finishes off cleaning this, let's see how it works out. Ooh, pretty good. While he's busy finishing cleaning up that last one, I'll get going on this one. You look at it. See if I can clean it up in the hard to get to spots with a little drill while he's using the big bench grinder, and then maybe we'll switch spots or switch pieces, something. We got to get these clean. This is what it looks like before. So this is what it looks like done. This is paint removed. It's nice and clean now. Steve's working on the other piece. Just got to clean this off a little bit. We can use some brake cleaner just to get any grease and stuff off your fingers. Now I can't really tell you how much that matters for doing powder coat, but it's better to be safe than sorry, and preparation is everything. So hopefully this turns out pretty not bad. I'm a little worried about the spring and stuff, how that's gonna work. I don't want to take it apart because of the hinges, the way they are. I'm not sure we can get that back together, but we'll open it up like that. I think is the best bet, and then when we get it back out, just bring it down. Boys, everything is prepped, cleaned, degreased, depainted, grinded, whatever that brush thing you want to call it. Next, we're gonna have to cook this thing for...
Yeah, we get it about 400 degrees, and then you let it cool off there. It takes off all the oils and impurities. You powder it, throw it back in at the same time, and once it flows, then you let it cook at 375 for about 20 minutes. And let it cool down, it's good to go.
preheat the oven and throw these in. Be right back with you. Got this nifty little gun here. Pull the trigger, point the thing. Infrared tells you all the numbers you need to know, heat, temperature, whatever. Wow, you're 82 degrees. 85, 84. Make up your mind. Basically, the idea here, get this right in the lens. Woo, that little laser light, it's gonna tell you the temperature of whatever you're pointing it at. Pretty practical. I picked this up years ago. The initial idea was to bring it to the track, and that way you can find out like hot spots on your engine, your car, whatever. If you have a cylinder that's not running, whatever the case may be. You can even check tire temps with this thing. You just point, shoot, and then it gives you numbers. So these parts are going to get preheated to 400, 450?
I think 400, but I'm
400? Okay. Could be 400, could be 450. Then we take this gun, point the laser at it, boom. See the dot? Gives us the temperature of what it is. So this is like, well, it's in Fahrenheit right now. So, I don't know. I'm just going to do what Steve tells me to. So it's supposed to be, what in Fahrenheit? 450?
450.
Fahrenheit. We got 575.
Okay.
Well, it's going down there, but yeah, it's around 518.
Good.
So it's been cooking for 10 minutes at 4 or something.
450.
Ooh, that was close. Should maybe think about getting cameramans up.
Yeah. Be a good one there.
All right, so here's the parts cooked clean. So now we let it cool and then we powder them, right? Gotta let it cool first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because else if you do it now, it's going to start melting already without even putting any electrical charge.
Okay.
Then after that, it won't stick good.
So in order not to fill the holes with powder and mess up any threads, or in this case of the wipers, there's little teeth cut into them that makes it grab the motor so it moves. So these are silicone plugs?
Yep. Yep. High temp silicone plugs.
Hey, it was hard enough to just get the paint off of it, never mind trying to take powder coat off. We'll have to do that for an experiment though. See what it takes to pull it back off.
Yeah. Like you said, tie it to the back of your bumper and go for a ride. And then go all the way through.
It's time to set up the gun. It works with air, very low pressure. Powder sits in the canister, comes out this tube in a funny kind of way. Now the trick to make the powder coating working is it works on metal because this machine has a clip on it and we're gonna run an electric current through these parts. Basically creating an electromagnet which will draw the powder into the part itself and stick to it and coat it all the way around. The last piece of pipe we did turned out pretty good. And so now we're gonna try 4 pieces, see what happens. Big compressor hooked up with my little separator and air pressure regulator from my airbrush. This little hose we picked up, this is kind of just for now, trying to get this stuff to work. This end goes into the gun, and then it's showtime. One terminal connected here. It's all metal, so it should go all the way through everything. Stainless steel wires holding it on. Stainless, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got one current coming through that little clip, and the rest comes through the gun. Oh, I get the sun behind you. You look all heavenly. There's the thumbnail. Yeah. When you spray it, you gotta like float it on kind of deal, or
You got a what, sorry?
like when you're spraying that, because it's not like, it doesn't have a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
So there's like a technique, eh? You gotta kind of like.
Yeah, you try to like get as much as you can everywhere, and it's like a weird angle because it's gonna shoot it outwards. So you're gonna want to like try to kind of just go around the part as much as you can.
Okay.
Make sure you're clicking your button.
The button activates it, right? Yeah.
Turns the voltage on there.
Okay. Coating process is done. We'll check that out. And now it's time to throw it in the oven. So, I'm gonna let Steve explain it to you again because I already forgot, but let's take a quick look. It's kind of cool. It's like that, what's that new crazy black that everybody's talking about that just soaks up the light? Yeah.
That's what I love. Take it out of the oven.
Yeah. And then it's cook it at 450. When it flows out, that means when it smoothens out and looks shiny, then we drop it down to 4.
Yeah, for 400 for 20 minutes.
For 20 minutes. One last time to go through it all again. We heat the part up to about 450 and cook it for about 10 minutes to cook up all the stuff that was on it, all the oils and impurities, whatever. Then we coat it like you just saw. Then it goes back in the oven. Get the part to 450 degrees. And then when the paint looks shiny, glossy, then we bring it down to 400 and cook it for 20 minutes. And that's it. It's gonna be all good, settled, looking nice. If you can cook a pizza, you can do this. And now we wait. It's not bad considering the waste. Like, just move the stool, and that's the only waste from doing up 5 parts.
Yeah.
Like you would have wasted more paint spraying it.
Yeah, probably.
It's almost at the proper heat. We're just gonna let it sit a second and then bring it down a little bit. Then it's gotta bake for about 20 minutes. So I'm pretty anxious to see what it looks like after. Earlier you saw I put the tape on the HKS logo. I'm trying to keep that kind of like the metal color to see if I could do some sort of design masking with this stuff too, which could be kind of fun, get kind of creative. So we'll get back to you as soon as these things are fully cooked. What's up, man? Huh?
Good?
Go. How do you do, sir? Huh? No, it was just a ball.
Beer field? They're actually not taste so bad.
Oh,
My
yeah.
uncle gave me the pack. I did a lot of skateboarding when I was like younger.
Huh?
Yeah. And funny enough, I started playing football and I got like a really good concussion there, and I wasn't able to.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't get it anymore for some reason. Knocked it out of me, fuck.
379, how's it look? Oh, look good. So what are you thinking? I'll pull them out now?
Yeah.
All right, so they've been cooking for a good 20 minutes. The parts seem to have reached the temperature we needed. Those little plugs didn't melt out. That's cool. I was concerned. Yeah, especially it's so close to the top.
Yeah.
Careful.
It's
pretty
pretty
good.
correct as much as I thought it would have.
Coverage is good.
Yeah. I don't see any like dry spots. Hey. Tweezers? That's pretty cool.
It's a little sloppier on the edges than I was hoping, but
Yeah. Oh, it definitely looks like every last
That's
stage.
it, like that.
Leaves a little grain. So. Yeah.
well. Thoughts on today's experience?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Still got some learning to do.
That was the point. Test it out, figure it out. So you think we need more powder on them?
I think so. I find there's a lot of orange peel. I find in our last piece we did just kind of. We'll get it down.
Yeah, because next time's gonna be better, and you know the next time we're doing your parts, I get it. Yeah. I put driver's side on the left, yeah. Okay, well here's the wipers all done up. Nice new powder coat, force of habit. I put the driver's side on the left side of the vehicle, but hey, check it out. Nice fresh new powder coat on these things. Makes everything else look not so good. So we'll have to do something about that. At the end of the evening, say goodnight, Steve.
Good night.
That's right, guys. That's it. That's all for today. Hope you found it educational. We're just jumping into this whole venture of learning how to powder coat. Hopefully, like we were discussing just earlier, is that we're going to do a bunch of cool stuff for ourselves first, work on our own projects, really master the craft, and then we can get into it helping you guys out. So eventually, if you need something powder coated, something looking good, cleaned up, and made to be solid, you can just let us know. We'll work something out. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, the subscribe button, and even throw in there a comment. If you got something to say, you got questions, feel free, boys. Thanks so much. Peace out. Stay happy.